What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing an install of these Desert Does It seat jackers for a first gen Toyota Tacoma. We're going to figure out if they're actually worth it, if they make these seats more comfortable, because if you have any experience with first gen Tacoma seats, they feel like cardboard and aren't very supportive. So we're going to go ahead and give these an install and see how they feel. So for the most part, this is going to be a really simple install where you're going to use obviously your seat jackers, any 14mm, it could be a wrench, socket, and then an 8mm Allen wrench. It does have a full instruction guide and everything, so we'll have these handy as well. So to get started, we are going to be completely removing these two bolts, one here and one right there. So once you have this bolt and that bolt completely removed, the seat can now lift. Now we're going to come back to these rear two bolts right here. We're going to slightly loosen those so that we can have more wiggle room to move this chair. So that bolt and this bolt are the ones that we're going to be loosening. They do have these little covers on them. They're pretty easy just to pop off. So now that we have these two bolts taken out, we can kind of move the seat back. You will notice, like, here's the seat jacker themselves. Super nice, aluminum, fairly well made. There is two washers, two longer bolts and two shorter bolts. And so this long bolt will go in to this shorter one for the transmission side. So with the seat lifted up, we're gonna take our rectangular one, and the threaded hole is going to go towards the back, and we're just going to kind of loosely put the longer, kind of thread that in. So now that we have this one kind of like lightly threaded in, it's time to move over to this other side where we have this one that'll make this fill this gap right here. And again, the long bolt is what we're going to use to thread it into the body of the truck. So we're going to go ahead and set this in here, and we're going to kind of just tighten this one down a little bit, just like that. Now that both of these brackets are in place and just kind of lightly threaded in, we can go ahead with our Allen key and kind of tighten those down. The instructions do say that we can use a torque wrench and tighten them down to 27 foot-pounds. I don't really have an Allen key attachment for that, so I'm kind of just going to snug them up. So now we have that one and this bolt tightened down. We're gonna go ahead and use our shorter bolts with a washer on top for both of them. And they are going to thread in where the seat and the seat jacker meet. So you may have to kind of push down, or may have someone help you push down. If you go ahead and just push down, that hole should line up, which it does. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same on this other side. So now we have this bolt threaded and that bolt threaded. You can go ahead and tighten them down. So both of our bolts are tightened down. You can see this is how much it actually lifts the front of the seat. It actually lifts it a lot more than I anticipated it looking like. And then this side is also tightened down. Now you can go ahead and tighten down the rear bolts and go ahead and put those covers back on. this side went really easy after I had already gotten this side started. This one I did have to loosen this back up to kind of get this to wiggle, so I could get this one started. So nothing too serious, but it did require a little bit more work than the first side. So seat jackers are installed. Overall first impressions, I really like them. I can definitely tell there's a lot more support under the bottom of my leg, and not so much stress on my lower back. So ultimately I think they are going to be really good, and I'm super excited to get them tried out on a longer road trip. What's up? So it's been about a week since we installed the seat jackers, and yesterday we just got back from visiting family in Idaho. So about round trip, I'd say like 400 miles or so, nothing too crazy, but I feel like it was a decent amount of time sitting in the seats to give an honest review on how the seat jackers do. First of all, I would say for the money, it's absolutely worth it. You know, you actually get to feel the comfort of the seat, that it actually gives your legs the support they need. The lower back issue it didn't hurt as bad. Sometimes I'd get like a knee ache if I was in the truck for so long. That didn't happen at all. So for the money and the price point, absolutely worth it. Way cheaper than switching seats or buying new ones or anything like that. So I would say do it. It doesn't necessarily fix everything. I mean, these seats still don't have any like lumbar control or anything like that, and that would be nice. So if you do choose to order these seat jackers, make sure you use the code TRDTimmy to save you a little bit of money. And then yeah, if you don't like them, send them back. They'll refund you everything, no questions asked. They just want to know if they worked or if they didn't, and why, or if you didn't like them or whatever else. So, and from my perspective, for 150 bucks or whatever they are, they completely transform the comfort of those seats. So if you have any other questions about the seat jackers, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I'll catch you in the next video.